All right, it's nice of Baxter the cat to let me get away for half an hour every week. There's a lot involved in taking care of him. A lot involved.
He's pretty independent though, right? Your cat?
Yes, like many cats. I guess he probably would get over not having me around. There's a lot to
He's
think.
the only one.
There's a lot to think about when you have little kitties and doggies running around.
You know what? We love our pets. There are certain pets that do special things. I don't know if you've heard of the group Paws and Think, P-A-W-S, but they go into schools and they go into classrooms. Sometimes it's special need kids, and they let them pet them and they read stories with the pets.
Aww.
It's a very cool program. Pause and Think. You're going to learn more now.
What does healing arts mean for a hospital?
Healing Arts incorporates art, music, dance movement, and pet therapies here, and our services reach out to patients that are adults, pediatric patients, as well as our own associates and providers here.
So this is a newer program, though, with St. Vincent's, right? And you're partnering with Paws and Think, called Paws to Heal.
Yes.
Tell us how that involves the dogs in the program.
Yes, and so Paws to Heal is a program that Paws and Think has created for our hospital, and they've really catered it to our needs, our associates' needs, the patients' needs, and so whether that's, sessions at the bedside or going to a general waiting area while families are waiting for their loved ones to return from surgery, they've been really great to meet all of our needs where they are, meet the patients where they are.
How have you seen this work, as far as the dogs actually helping people cope here in the hospital or even healing them?
I've had accolades from patients that said they weren't pressing that button for their pain medication. They were delaying it because they didn't need it. So we're seeing that non-pharmacological pain reduction because of these Paws and Think therapy dogs and the impact that they're having on the patients. And so, the studies, maybe we need to do a little more quantitative research on it, but I think that it's there and we're definitely seeing it from our patients.
What happens when you go into a hospital room? What usually takes place?
Well, usually Rookie just goes up to the patient. He knows which is the patient. He's learned where the bed is and go over there. And I let Rookie do his thing. He just kind of develops a relationship with the patient and lets the patient pet him. And we've seen heart monitors where the heart rate has gone down when they start petting him. It's just so rewarding to see the patient so happy to see a dog. And a lot of them really miss their dogs at home.
Has to be so rewarding and fulfilling for you and Rookie.
It is. It's just feels like you're doing something for someone else.
You guys are involved in not only hospitals, but many locations and many other programs too. What are some of those?
So we have two sides to our organization, and one is pet therapy, and that's what we do at Ascension St. Vincent is we go and visit patients that need emotional support, comfort, just that unconditional love that a dog can bring. But the hospitals aren't the only places that we visit. We also go to retirement communities, we go to schools and libraries, support groups. So we have support groups that we go to for people that are experiencing domestic violence or have lost someone close to them. So we really are out everywhere, and then we provide kind of stress relief for a lot of people that work in high stress jobs. So this can be places like hospitals, but it can also be the social workers or other people that just need a break from what they do every day that can really take a toll. And what's better than a dog who comes in and loves on you and doesn't care anything that happened that day. All they want is just somebody to pay attention to them and love on them. So.
And you have a lot of volunteers who help make all this happen. What is the role of a volunteer with Paws and Think?
Sure. So we have volunteers both with and without their dogs. So we do have volunteers that are therapy teams, which is a handler and his or her dog that are specially trained to go into these venues and provide support for people. But then we also have a ton of volunteers that don't have dogs, that either they don't have dogs or their dogs aren't therapy dog material, which I have one of those as well, so I know how that goes. And so they can go and they can escort our folks at a lot of the venues that we go to, and you're just there to kind of provide help for the team and do do anything that they aren't able to focus on during that visit. And then we also have our Youth Canine program, which is where we pair up at-risk youth with shelter dogs, and the kids train the shelter dogs in basic obedience. And from that, you know, it's a win-win because the dogs go back to the shelter, they're more adoptable because they know their manners and their basic obedience. And then the kids learn life skills like empathy, self-esteem, positive reinforcement, all of those kind of things. And so for that program, we need tons of volunteers that don't have dogs to come help and act as coaches, and they help work with the kids as a mentor. And then we have a ton of people that work behind the scenes. So they work on committees, they work to do, you know, some of the kind of not as glamorous data entry or paperwork, you know, that kind of stuff, but it's all the stuff that makes our nonprofit run.
So helping patients heal more quickly with the help of pet therapy. I'm Cheryl Mathis with Boomer TV.